Hello and welcome. Today we are stood outside the Sapphire Falls Hotel, which is where I've been staying for the last couple of days. It's right next door to the two theme parks up here in Orlando, so it's all done under the Universal banner. Now it has been horrendous weather today. It has just been pouring down. It's just slowly calmed down a little bit, but I got a bit bored and I thought, right, I'm going to come back out and try and brave it. So what we're going to do, we're going to go from hotel to hotel. Now I was at Volcano Bay and they obviously closed all the rides off because there's a lightning storm in place and everything else, but they're actually closing the park, so they shut the park at 2. I left a little while back. I've tried all the camera kit off and everything else, but it was that bad that none of these boats are running either. So this is the first time I'm going to be probably doing the walk with loads of people coming back the other way, because they might have just taken Kawa at the actual theme park as well. So it's going to be quite a bit of an interesting one. It's a bit eerie at the moment because there's there's 2 big weather warnings in place for today. One of them was the lightning storm that comes in. Now when it works, how it works with the lightning storms over this way is the parks stay open, I do believe. Obviously the big rides can't run. That I know that's what I've just experienced at the water park. It was a bit weird because everybody had to get out of the water, and then they basically took shelter when it was pouring down. But the street lightning was very, very, very impressive. And then the heavens really, really opened, and it got very crazy very quickly for like the last hour. In that time I've dried everything off, dried all the camera equipment off and everything else, and I thought, right, I'll just come back out now and just see what's what, because you only get wet once and you can just crack on with everything. But the other thing is, and this is a slightly worrying one, is there's now big tornado warnings in place as well. And I think the tornado warnings are the ones that's freaking a lot of people out, because if you looked at it on the map, the closest place to here, it's just gone straight through. And the wind was getting quite bad this morning. It's calmed down a little bit, but now it's starting to pick back up again. So we'll just have to sort of see what that happens with, because maybe you might be having a weather watch live stream or something stupid from the hotel room instead. But at the moment it's now just well, UK weather. Just a bit weird though. You've gone from I do believe it's -10 in the UK in certain places first thing this morning, and then I woke up to 2 weather warnings as well, so I can't get away from it either way. So I'm not cold, so I can't complain about that. But all the pools and all the hotels are shut. So this is the secondary hotel. I'm still not 100% sure what one this is. So it's the Lagoon Pool Hours, but we won't be walking to the front of that one. So if I can find out what the name of this hotel is, I'll add it into the title, because this has the sign that you can't use that gate after 10 o'clock, and there's an A board a little bit further up. So there's got to be 3 hotels here. If you came out of the front door of my hotel, there's the Aventura Hotel as well, which then links you straight to the Cabana Bay Hotel. Now I will do a full loop at some point as well if I can. If not, I'll just make a mini playlist up, see what happens. It's such a big area. Now I did this morning walk to Volcano Bay, and it said do the city walk, and it was a completely different way again. So it's like a big spider's web of all these sort of really nice bits. You're well away from the road. It's really quiet as well. There are again shuttle buses available, which I did actually have to get back from Volcano Bay. They wouldn't let me walk back over, which I was a bit surprised about, but it is what it is with that. But that only took a couple of minutes, and that dropped me off just by where the boats bit were at the start. But none of those are running at all. So you can see the hotel to the right hand side. It's a big old hotel, that one. But I'm just going to go to the front of the hotel, and then we'll loop it back round so you can sort of pick it up from where it needs to be. But there's so many people walking down this way just because the river boats aren't running. So there on that sign, as you can read, it says Lowe's Royal Pacific Cabana Bay Resort, Pacifica Way and Lowe's Sapphire Falls, or you can go left. I'm the Sapphire Falls, so I think I'm at the bottom, but we will have a look at this one and see what this is. But this is a massive hotel, so it's all snakes through, which we'll have a better look at when we go by. There's armies and armies of people obviously wondering what's going on with the weather, and it's amazing actually how many people do use those boats, because this is the busiest I've seen this path for ages, or ever really. But these signs, this is your walk, so you can go Cabana Bay Resort, Low Sapphire, Aventura, or that one that way. So you can come up and come over this way, and then it will just keep going. So like I said, it's like a It's like a big spider's web, but this isn't what I wanted to do, nor did I have planned. So I will end up probably doing this maybe in a slightly different way, because I'm now walking over a bridge that I didn't even know you could walk over. So either this now just gets turned into a weird and wonderful walk and we avoid everybody. But yeah, there's five hotels on this side. So you can see mine is way in the back, because obviously we have to snake up and through. You've got that one to the left hand side, which is the Lowe's Sapphire Falls. All the names are really confusing me. This isn't the best tour, I know that, but this is really throwing me now. Where are we going? Let's see what it is on here. See if we get to a road and just see what way this will actually take us. And then what I'll do is I'll turn back round and carry on, because my hotel's on there. So I don't know, because the Cabana Bay Resort is on the right hand side of the road, but the Sapphire Falls is where I am, and the Aventura is the next one up. But I've not done this route whatsoever, so we'll go and explore. This will now turning into a very weird and wonderful, I wonder if it's just a loop. Is just the main road, so it'll be interesting where this sticks its nose out, and just see what other hotels are about. At least it makes it a little bit interesting, because I'm just basically trying to kill time. I've just heard the Hulk go again, but it's only about 2 o'clock ish in the afternoon. But I did want to know how you could walk to Cabana Bay from the outside. Well, it's 2:45, but because you have to do a weird and wonderful walkway that's all available somewhere within this massive playlist. But we're walking the other side of the boat, so this is a bit that I've never done before, but there are cars coming out from the T-junction, so we will see what's going on. But they might be, there's people by the boat, so maybe the weather watch warning has gone and a lot of people might be heading back in from the hotels. But I think a lot of people would have left the park, so it'll be perfect for me to go in and have a look around. I need, as bad as it sounds, I actually need to get a hoodie of some description, because one of mine got absolutely soaked the other day and it stinks of the log flume water. And then the other one that I wore to well, to the water park, as you'll see in that video, got absolutely drenched because it wasn't covered properly when I was doing the videos for you guys. So that is the loop. So I know if you carry on going in a straight line, you can cross over there, because I've done that bit, because we actually have got up to that point actually in another video. So I'm now sort of putting the pieces of the puzzle together, because that is the slightly different way that you can go round the front of the hotel that I could have walked up. So that's a little bit weird and wonderful. So if I carried on going from there, I would have come up this way, because I remember having to Google Maps. I will look into it much further, and we'll do a full proper loop of just everything. I think that might just be the easiest thing to do. But I will now run back up to that hotel like I planned on doing, and then we can figure out exactly where we are from there. So we are a little bit further up. We'll cross back over the bridge and then go back up, because I want to come out the front of the hotel, so anybody that's staying at that hotel will know exactly the route to take. It just makes it a little bit easier when it's all visual like this. So I've just done a little bit of research. This city walk is really big with regards to how far it goes back the other way, so it really will need its own video. So that will be somewhere within this sort of little mini series of just sort of exploring all this, because I found it very helpful watching other people do it, so hopefully I can then pass that on to everybody else. So we are coming to the front of the hotel that I want to come to, so that's the pathway just up there, but I know it's extremely busy. So what I'll do, I'll run to the front of the hotel and then come from the front of the hotel back down, so anybody that's staying there will know exactly the way to go. Right, so that is the name of the hotel, and now we can come down and wrap around. It's a little bit confusing because there's a lot of different signs, and there's one that's, I think it's Royal Pacific, one's a resort and one's a hotel, but they all go different arrows in different ways. So if you're staying at this one, at least you know now you can come for a journey with me and we know exactly where we're going to be going. But the inside of that hotel is absolutely stunning where you come to. So you come from the walk down, wrap it round, and then you come down, and then off we go back to where we were before I got a bit adventurous. And we will end up doing that loop to the right as well at some point. But this hotel is huge. You can see a lot of people use different cut throughs. They'll cut through there and cut through a lot of other different places, but this is real simple. It's a much shorter walk than the one that I've got. It's probably about the halfway mark of this walk. So again, that's something to consider. If you don't like getting up early, you can always then stay a little bit closer to get to the parks earlier for when they open, and then you'd be living the dream then with all early access, because that does make a huge difference when you want to get on the rides first thing in the morning, as I found out this morning, because in the space of literally 5 minutes the queue line can go from a walkthrough to just over 2 hours long. So you've got to basically time it right. If you want to get onto your favourite ride early and you're staying in one of these hotels and you do have early access, you're gonna have to sort of be a little bit clever. You're staying for the week, it doesn't really matter. But if you're only doing like for a weekend and you're staying overnight and you've only got one day to get it absolutely nailed, it would just give you something to consider. I mean, it's surprisingly long. They could have made this walkthrough a little bit shorter because they have really wrapped around everything, and I do believe they have changed a lot of this as well. I have said that in a couple of the other videos that were just a direct route and not so much more information with regards to all the different hotels. So if you like looking around this side of things, there will be a fair few of the videos coming up, because like I did say, this will probably be a two-parter, because I want to do it how I was going to do it on this side for the other side, which is the Hard Rock, and another one, and there's a butterfly garden, but I'm not too sure there's another hotel down there. But I think they're just in a straight line. I don't think it does a full loop like this. If it does, and I'll soon find out. But I've not ever been down there. But you can see the boats go down that way, and the boats still aren't running, and it's got really humid. So I don't know if that means the sun's going to try and break through, or it's going to start absolutely pouring down again. It's going to do one or the other, but we will see what it does. But with regards to all the hotels on this side, they're all very like for like with regards to room layouts. Obviously the lobbies and everything are completely different. They've all got their own different themes, and obviously they're priced slightly differently as well, I do believe. Cabana Bay is the one that you want to go to if your water park is your favourite thing, just because you've got your own private access into the water park and you can just walk through, and then jobs are good, and you know, it's all happy days and easy. They don't have the river boats like we've got, so it's slightly longer to get to the two theme parks from Cabana Bay, whereas these are very simple, because obviously you can just get on the boats and you can just crack on. So again, that's something that you've got to take into consideration. But I stayed at Cabana Bay in 2019. I've got some fantastic memories of that place and everything else, and it was just spot on, because it was almost like it didn't matter these were a little bit further away, because when you got a little bit tired and you wanted just to go back, you knew that instead of just going back into your hotel room and sort of just spacing out, you could just jump in the lazy river for 20 minutes, half an hour, because the walk was so close to the park. It didn't really matter. So you took multiple pairs of swim stuff, and then you just go. Whereas this time I've done it completely opposite. I went there this morning, which was a complete bust, because I only got on 2 or 3 things, and then obviously the lightning warning kicked in, and then that was that. Now there is a loop up and round, so that is Islands of Adventure just to the left hand side. That's simple enough. Now to the right hand side it goes up and round, but I don't think that is anything to do with City Walk. I started to walk that way, and then we finished at the Hulk at like sat, it was like just before 7 o'clock in the morning. But what I do is I'll take you back down that way, just so you can actually see what it looks like, because you get quite a cool view from the whole, from a completely different perspective. But I might walk a little bit further and see where it goes. You've got the security to the left hand side, and then you just go over that bridge, and then you're at the park. That's how close it is. So it says no resort or park access via this path. Public sidewalk access to Hollywood Way. So there's nowhere you can go to up on this way, but there is all the signs for the other hotels. So you've got the Pacific Way and then the Royal Pacific. So you've got all your parking up on that side. You've got arrows all the way to citywalk and everything. So there's lots of different ways and lots of different loops, but I'm pretty sure that you can't do anything this way. But I want to just get to the Hulk, and then we'll call it quits there, because if you've not caught one of the other videos, it is a really nice look at the track, unless there's now a barrier up or something like that. But that is what the noise is in the background. I can just see it shooting around now. So we'll have a quick wander past this road, but you can see all the buses and everything. But all of this all interlinks to all the hotels. So all the hotels that are dotted around in like this sort of big square. It's very, very impressive, and the boats are running. So the weather warning for the lightning's gone, so there's now no lightning in the region, which means they can all get on and go. So that's actually gone away an hour earlier than what it should have done, which is great. And obviously the Hulk, we've heard that running the whole time we've been walking up, so I might try and get on that at some point as well. So we will see what's what. But it's quite surprising, there's quite a lot of people actually walking on this part of the well, we call it footpath, on the sidewalk. So that over there to the left is one of them that you could have gotten to from the city walk. Now it says Cabana Bay Beach Resort ahead, but the roller coaster is just to the right hand side, which is very, 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 very impressive. So we'll have a quick wander over, but check that out. It's an amazing thing. How it just kicks you round and down. I thought the path went that way, it doesn't, it goes this way. So you've got this little thing that you can just stand on here. That's insane. The track is so big. It's just quite nice to see some of the track. I waited there ages, nothing came round, and now it's going again. So obviously it must be quite quiet. But that's it for this one, guys and girls. I am done. It was a bit of a random one. It's not what I had expected to really do. Now I've actually figured out and seen where the rest of the city walk is. Like I said, I will do that, but the video that I will link with this one will be on the other side, which will be the Hard Rock Hotel and whatever the other one is on that path. And hopefully it'll just be a little bit more straightforward. I can't see it being huge loops like this one, because they don't do a figure of 8. I think you do everything on this side and you do everything on the other. But we'll figure out how we can get from that Royal Pacific round and through using the garden walk as well, because that looks like that's quite a big hotel as well. But it just seems to be that you can't cross the roads, so it obviously takes you underneath, or it just takes you a completely different way, because that's what Cabana Bay does as well. So if you get to Volcano Bay and you've got the Cabana Bay, it's all done slightly differently. They don't allow you to cross the roads, and they just keep it as sort of safe as possible. But I will get over to the other side before it starts getting a little bit darker, because it kicks in quite quickly. But if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da.